Boys, the wait is almost over. This is the Season 1, everything you need to know for Call of Duty, where we're going to cover multiplayer, zombies, and especially Warzone. We're going to rip through multiplayer and zombies pretty quick, but there is a lot of cool stuff in here, and I have been enjoying that content. But there's a lot of new details that we're going to dig into on the Warzone side. So it says, ready to wreak havoc. The Black Ops 6 era is here. Prepare for a fast new season of content with 5 new multiplayer maps, plus a festive Nuketown variant, 7 new weapons, which there weren't a lot of weapons at launch, so that's awesome to hear, a brand new zombies map, and a full Call of Duty Warzone integration on November 14th. So here we see an absolutely massive Season 1 roadmap. I don't feel like we've seen something this dense since like Verdansk era, and hopefully that remains true. A lot of people criticize this game for having a 4-year development cycle, but not a lot of content. But it seems like if we're going to be having loads of content every single season, they might be delaying some of that. And hopefully this is a sign of good things to come for future seasons of Warzone as well. Hopefully it doesn't taper out and die out in the spring like it does in years past. So we're going to cover all of this in rapid fire fashion. This is covering the multiplayer stuff. We have new maps like Hideout coming. It is a 6v6 medium-sized map. You guys can pause and look if you want to take a look at any of these. You can look at the descriptions as well, but we're going to rip through this a little bit quick. They have Heirloom, which is a brand new strike or 2v2 map or a small 6v6 map. Hopefully good for grinding some camos. Looks like it's inside of a museum. They have Extraction, which is a 6v6 core mode for medium size. Some of the blueprints are pretty sweet. They have Hacienda, which we looked at in the new Warzone map, which only just adds to the fact that they are bringing those assets over to the new map of Avalon, hopefully releasing sometime soon, but more than likely releasing in 2025. It is a classic map back from Black Ops 4. They have Racket, which is a brand new 2v2 6v6 strike map as well. Looks like inside of a vault. They have Nuketown Holiday, which is a variant to the Nuketown mode that they're going to release mid-season for the holiday season. They have, and now we get into the brand new mode. So they have Ransack. Ransack sees you looting gold bars from crates dotted around the area operations on 6v6. Once gathered, secure your loot by bringing it back to your team's stash. Naturally, this collection needs to be well guarded, as the enemy team can raid your stash, meaning cohesive tactical planning between looting and defending is key to victory. Reach the score limit or time limit with the most gold and your team wins. So it kind of seems like a cool mechanic where you go out, you secure, and then you retrieve it, and you have to guard it, and it's kind of a balance, almost like a capture the flag sort of feel with like a middle contest point. So Prop Hunt is coming back. Prop Hunt makes for some hilarious content, especially on short form, so that should be pretty fun. If you haven't played Prop Hunt before, prepare for an infamous game of hide and seek, as a fan favorite Black Ops party mode is back. Drop into a multiplayer map as a prop or a hunter. Props have one job. After a short period of time, to find a hiding spot, you need to blend into the landscape as a random scenic object. So basically, you can load in as a clock, as a vase, as a bush, as a bike, and you can rotate yourself and rotate through objects to try to find something that fits in the scene of the map. And the hunters are going to run around and try to shoot at props to discover them. After a short period of time, find a hiding spot. You need to blend into the landscape as a random scene object, but with the ability to move, and uncontrollably whistle every 30 seconds. Just wait out the clock and don't attract attention of any hunters, or the jig is up. Drop identical decoys to fool your foes, change the shape to a different piece or scenery, and lob a stun grenade at the feet of a hunter if your cover is about to be blown. Meanwhile, the hunters are here to scrutinize the map for anything that looks out of place or whistles, and then shoots it. It's a really fun map, a lot of finesse, a lot of it's a great mode. I'm glad it's back. Experience the limited time mode and festive limited time modes in the holiday season with the full reveal of Season 1 Reloaded. It looks like they're going to have more stuff in the Season 1 Reloaded as well. There are new perks. So Shadow is a perk 2 slot for the type strategist. That's the green. Undetectable to enemy trip mines and traps. I think that's going to be awesome. Obviously, you could use the equipment score streak to see it, but I think that's a great add. Shrapnel type recon. That's the blue. Dealing blast damage to enemies will reveal them on your minimap. This includes any enemies affected by your area of tacticals, lethals, field upgrades, etc. And then they also are adding a new score streak. Score streak is a hand cannon. So that is like you have to earn score, like a kill streak, to get it, and you get the hand cannon. So rather than being able to equip a deagle, you can get a deagle through a score streak, and it is a powerful, large caliber handgun with high bullet damage and penetration. This mid-level score streak, last seen in Black Ops Cold War, allows players to equip a massively powerful handgun for a finite amount of time. Though it has a slow rate of fire and limited ammunition, it makes up for it with good handling, improved hipfire accuracy, improved hipfire shooting speed, and the biggest bonus of all, high penetration shots that can one-shot enemies. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. Obviously, it's not meant to be balanced as a regular weapon, and so to bring it in as a score streak, I think is pretty cool. Kind of like how they did with like the prox mines or the spring mines. Like they made those a field upgrade as opposed to a regular claymore. But then again, the blast traps are pretty overpowered as well, so I'm not really sure what the purpose of the spring mines are. They also added the wild card, the high roller. When equipped, this allows you to equip a 4th kill streak, and they suggest pairing it with the hand cannon for that. Next, we're going to talk about Black Ops 6 ranked play, but first, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million users. You guys know not only can you make lineups on things like the NFL, NHL, MLB, you can also make things like the CDL, which is going to be returning here soon, and I'm super excited for that. But tonight, we have Thursday Night Football with the Bengals versus the Ravens, and we have Jackson for more, Henry for more, and Brown for more rush attempts as well. If you guys are interested in checking out PrizePicks, you can click the link down in the pinned comment or the description. A huge shout out to them for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into Black Ops 6 ranked play, and as you can see, they've got some pretty sweet skins, including a #1 skin that is actually worth grinding for, a unique flaming skull with a crown. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So it says the core tenets of ranked play remain the same. You're here to play competitive multiplayer matches using the same settings, maps, modes, and weapon restrictions as the Call of Duty League. It comes with several streamlined features, innovations, and updates. Update: Ranked Play Access. To ensure all players have multiplayer experience before jumping into ranked play, all players must earn 50 wins in match-made multiplayer games to unlock access to Black Ops 6 ranked play. In other words, in order to prevent people from making burner accounts with cheats, you now have to get 50 wins. And I don't know if that's easier for them to say, hey, you have to get 50 wins as opposed to be level 55, because the level 55 requirement has been removed. I think it would probably be easier from like a cheater's perspective to spoof a higher level than to spoof that they had made 50 match-made wins. I don't want to talk about Ricochet. I'm having a good day today, but I do like the idea that it is more difficult to get 50 wins than it is to get simply level 55. Updated rank. The 1 through 50 rank and skill division system seen in previous versions of ranked play has been combined to focus on what matters most in Black Ops 6 ranked play: skill. In Black Ops 6, your rank represents what was previously your skill division in tier. Earn SR and progress through 8 ranks: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crimson, iridescent, and top 250. The progressive rank and victory star system seen in previous installments has been removed to streamline the experience and focus on skill. I like that. Skill rating. Progress through ranks by earning SR by winning ranked play matches. SR is awarded after each ranked play win, and the amount earned is determined on the player's distance away from their projected rank, their match performance, margin of victory, and SR is deducted after losses. New feature: map and mode veto. Okay, before each rank map, 3 maps and modes and combinations are presented to the lobby, and players can independently vote to veto one of each of the presented options, giving players some control over what they play in ranked play. That's awesome, because some people like hate playing search and destroy, or they hate playing hardpoint, or whatever it may be, and you can veto certain map modes. That's awesome. And so they can veto things they might not be as proficient at or otherwise want to avoid. After both teams make their veto pick, the remaining option is selected. If both teams veto the same option, the map mode will be randomly selected out of the non-vetoed options. That is so cool. That is sweet. New feature: forfeit. Vote with your team. I think, you know, I don't know if it would be more complex or not. I don't like the fact that it can be randomly selected. Like, let's say it shows 2 search and destroy maps and then 1 hardpoint map, and then you guys both veto 1 search and destroy, and then it pulls the other search and destroy. I think it would just be better if it was like almost like a flip of a coin, where one person vetoes one, the next person gets to veto the other, so it always comes down to just one. Or everyone votes for veto. Okay, everyone agrees on those, you know, that 1 shouldn't be there. Now it's down to 2, and now you have a second revote, and then it's down to 1. I don't like the randomly selected idea in my eyes, but either way, having some choices is nice. New feature: forfeit. Vote with your team to end a match early if your team is getting blown out or you've lost a teammate. And I love that. I hate being stuck in in ranked matches when you lose a teammate. I also hope they got rid of that annoying countdown. Like, you can join a game and then your player leaves and it counts down for 60 seconds. Ooh, I hope they got rid of that because that was horrible. All teammates must vote for the forfeit for it to pass. All teammates, wow. And in the match. Forfeited matches count as a standard loss and do not result in SR penalties or suspension. Forfeit becomes available in the options menu at a designated point in each mode. Hard point, the winning team reaches 100 points. Control after the first round. Search and destroy after the third round. Okay. Update. Party skill restrictions. Full parties of 4 can now play together in ranked regardless of their individual ranks. Yes! So like if your buddy grinded a rank ahead of you, you can still join them, but it has to be a full party. Skill matchmaking will be based on the highest rank in the party. Party skill restrictions still apply to parties being made up of 2 to 3 players. I think that is so cool. Hopefully that means if you're performing well, like let's say I'm a bronze and I haven't played because I've been grinding content, but my buddies are iridescent and I join with them, that means I can rank up a lot faster because I'm performing well in those higher tier lobbies. We'll have to see if there's any sort of inflation based off of that. Update. Seasonal setback. The end of season setback has been adjusted in Black Ops 6 rank play to reduce the impact felt by players early in their ranked journey. Every new season, your rank may be reset based on where you ended the previous season as follows. Bronze or silver, ranked players are not impacted by a seasonal setback and will be able to pick off where they left off. I think that's fine. Bronze and silver, that means you just haven't played the game that much. Gold and platinum, players will be set back to the season 1, tier 1 of gold or platinum respectively. Okay, so you're just reset in your own rank. Diamond and above, everyone goes back to diamond. Okay. Loss forgiveness. No matter what, your rank, each player's first loss of the day will be forgiven and not deduct SR. This does not stack. Additionally, the 3 games of loss forgiveness that are granted when you've promoted at the start of a season now only count down after losses. I don't love that. I mean, that just means you basically get like 3 free losses no matter what, whenever you promote. We'll see. Some pretty dope ranked play skins. These ones actually look pretty cool. I think the hoodie's a little bit wide. If I think about it from a competitive perspective, if I'm like shouldering a corner, my hoodie is going to show my head. But man, these look pretty sweet. I still think, okay, they actually did a good job of distinguishing gold. Usually gold and top 250 look exactly the same, but now the sleeves are all gold and it's significantly shinier and the head is gold. And then, dude, the champion, that is sick. Like, that is sick. I wish the champion, I wish top 250 all had the flaming skull and then the champion had like a golden crown or something, just because I know I'm not going to hit number 1. I don't have the passion or probably the talent anymore for that, but that looks badass. Congrats to whoever wins that. We saw the rank player rewards. We see the rank skins, win challenges. There are milestones for completing all that. Top 250 every season. I'm going to see if they actually are making good adjustments here. Every season, finishing first on the top 250 leaderboard now comes with the ultimate bragging rights, an exclusive skin. Arguably the most exclusive operator skin in Call of Duty, the home and away versions of the World Champion Competitor skin features a fiery skull operator. We've seen that. Okay. They'll probably talk about stuff like Ricochet and how they're monitoring the leaderboard and future stuff. Zombies. Season 1 content teaser. There is Zombies full reveal at mid-season, so we'll kind of rip through this. They have the directed mode, so if you're not familiar with how to do the Easter eggs, there are ways that you can get the Easter eggs. Just through, like, the game will basically tell you how to do them. Just keep in mind, there are limited time calling cards that you can only get for completing the Easter egg prior to the directed mode. So if you want to get those, make sure you get those done before season 1. Undead Terror comes to Avalon. Citadel de Mort. City of the Dead? Any French? Is someone want to help me out? After the shocking revelations of the culmination of the Turner's main quest, Ghoulish Horrors, Medieval Village with hidden... Okay, that's all coming mid-season. Fully equipped and fearsome foes. Expect a sizable amount of content as across all 3 Zombies maps confirmed throughout Season 1. Additional Perca-Cola, additional field upgrade, ammo mods, 18 new augments, new gobble guns, the hand cannon, new wonder weapons, and a new enemy type set to stalk the dark halls of the foreboding ruinous keep and citadel. Awesome. And Warzone. All right, let's get into it because there is so much to learn and so much to cover. Okay. Area 99 Resurgence map. New modes and features. Black Ops 6 fully integrated. Perks aplenty. And in-game innovations. We're going to cover all of this as we go through it right now. The user interface. I love how that's the first thing of all the things that they mentioned in Warzone. They're like, yo, hey, Before you drop into a match, expect a much anticipated UI update for Call of Duty Warzone when Season 1 begins. The UI will enter its fully realized state. The Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty Warzone will continue to be the primary game tiles on the home tab, and players will be able to instantly access both Black Ops 6 and Warzone for a faster, more direct path to gameplay. Love that. The store tab will now direct all players to the full Black Ops 6 Call of Duty Warzone in-game stores based on what you have installed. The Battle Pass tab will be introduced in Season 1 with similar functionality as the store tab, directing players at a full Battle Pass. Awesome. If you are missing out on double XP tokens, Battle Pass tokens, stuff like that, I don't know if your Warzone double XP will transfer over or if the weapon XP will transfer over. Someone comment down below. I know they've talked about that in the past. Maybe we'll find out more information down below. We'll see if that transfers over, if that stays on Modern Warfare 3. But right now, if you're leveling up guns inside a multiplayer, it is taking forever, and there's not an easy way to get double XP tokens. New map, Area 99. Now, as you look at this, keep in mind, I have filters on my screen that I do to make everything look more vibrant. When I played this in Washington, D.C. early, it was pretty dull, okay? Everything was covered in sand. It was a boring map to look at, but it played pretty well. It flowed pretty well. I enjoyed playing the map on it, but man, was it boring to look at. So hopefully they've made some adjustments. They did say at Call of Duty Next, they realized that and they wanted to make it more vibrant. We'll have to see if they made any of those changes when the game actually launches. But for me, I play with my digital vibrance up, my monitor saturation up, and then I put a little filter on my OBS to make things a little more exciting for you guys. That just comes from the fact that I played Blackout, Verdansk, and Rebirth Island first, and I love bright, beautiful colors, and so that's what I'm used to. Set against the unrelenting heat of the Nevada desert, Area 99, or more specifically, Echo Ridge Weapons Station, was a top-secret government site constructed in the 1950s, concealed from the public just miles away from the original Nuketown testing site. Designed to push the bounds of radiation testing and cement American dominance, this entire region was subsequently abandoned after the unfortunate reactor leak, and the project was erased by the government. Welcome to Season 1 of Call of Duty in Warzone Area 99. So I've zoomed in here and you can see there are customizable parachutes, and hopefully they're going to bring back, and like they promised, things like watches, the sprays. I would really think it would be cool if they would bring in things like customizable gloves like Counter-Strike, or customizable boots, collabs with like Nike or Adidas. I've been saying that for years. I don't know if they're ever going to do it, but the more individuality you can have, I think is going to be exciting. Expect gameplay to be just as fast and tactical as you weave through a blistering desert environment with main roadways to traverse either on foot or via vehicle, and locations linked via open sand-filled trenches, pipework, and wiring. This all takes place around a central bullseye reactor, expected to be the hottest drop, along with a huge crane still hoisting the entire Nuketown house and the loading bay point of interest. Now, when I originally saw this map, I was a little bit concerned about a central POI with high ground, but they actually designed it pretty well, and we'll kind of scroll through and allow you guys to see all of these different POIs. Once again, the colors aren't great. There's a lot of indoor combat, which I think is fun, and it prevents some third partying. But the way this building is designed, when you set on the high ground, you're over like a rounded ledge. So it's a little bit easier to be shot from multiple angles. And also this ledge up here doesn't have like a head glitch that you can sit behind. So if you get downed, you're like hidden behind cement. It's pretty easy to grief someone, whether through a redeploy or just shooting them. It's not like the Rebirth Island tower where you can sit inside of that doorway, and if you get sniped, you can crawl back inside of it. Outside of that one little doorway right there, it's pretty, I don't want to say a death trap, but at least when I was playing in DC, you were getting gunned if you were sitting on top of that roof for too long. As you can see, the rest of this, a lot of buildings to fight inside of, and the buildings are all pretty unique, pretty fun, but the colors from here are still super, super boring. But I did like fighting inside of these buildings, finessing around. There's really nice separation to prevent some of that really awkward third partying. And as you can see, a better picture here, there's just an open railing here. If you're sitting up on top, and let's say you're fighting someone down here, if you get downed, you'll get thirsted. If you're sitting up on top of this ledge, if you get downed, unless you can crawl back in time, you're gonna get thirsted. It's not a griefing high ground like we've seen on other maps and other variations. We'll scroll through here. You can take a chance to take a look at some of the other POIs. Once again, it's this old, broken down 1950s Rust vibe, but they did do a really nice job of how they designed the map. There are so many places to mantle up, to jump up, to rappel up, to hit ladders. Like, they have made sure you can always find different ways onto the high ground, which I think makes for a lot of finesse ability and a lot of playability. Now, I will say, and we'll talk about perks here in a moment, they said that they were not going to have default perks for Warzone like we have currently in MW3. Default perks like climbing boots, which allow us to climb ladders faster, mantle faster, etc. We will see. Hopefully they reverted that change. I pleaded with the developers when I was there, because when we play on a big map, you are constantly moving, constantly jumping, constantly mantling. We need better movement mechanics than on a small 6v6 map. You can't be punished for moving, and I really hope, even with Omni movement, they did not go forward with that change of effectively nerfing movement, because that'll make everything feel worse, including Urzikstan. Pretty fun area fighting through the pods right here. There are like these central spiraling staircases and all these different buildings that you can fight inside of. And then Urzikstan. Accompanying Area 99 throughout Season 1, 2 massive returning play spaces, each integrated into the Black Ops 6 global system. So don't read that. I read it earlier as 2 massive returning maps. It's 2 massive returning play spaces, each integrated, and what they mean are Urzikstan and Rebirth Island. So Urzikstan is not only the same map that we've already had, but it's actually reverted. As development work to integrate Omni movement and other Black Ops 6 innovations was highly involved, this version of Urzikstan is the one you remember from earlier seasons. That means an intact pop-off power plant. Cool, I'm fine with that. Prior to bunker access and the construction of Superstore. So it's that same pattern that we talk about every year, where like there are going to be map changes, there are going to be quality of life changes, where like they started working on this map and on this game pretty much as soon as they launched the last one. So I guarantee you we're going to have quality of life changes that are missed, that we had in late MW3 that won't come to Black Ops 6, that will then be pushed on in Black Ops 6 as new content and new features. They've done it every year, and I'm not smart on the development cycle of things, but just be prepared. Let's be honest, it's gonna happen. Rebirth Island is coming back. The infamous Prison Island continues to be in the playlist rotation. Modes with the added tactical chaos of Omni movement, and survive at the start of Season 1. Wow! I thought they were gonna force players to play Area 99, but they're allowing the start of Season 1. Good for them. Season 1 starts with the offering of familiar modes. Additional season limited time modes will come as you get used to the gameplay and enhancements, new weapons. They'll start launching each of the following. Battle Royale, that will come at launch. A similar mode to players experiencing MW3. You're here to triumph over all enemies as a sole survivor as a squad. This time, however, operators drop in with Omni movement as well as the full complement of Black Ops 6 weaponry to earn and use. As complement. So in previous years, they had made it to where you could only use, if you remember, like a Vanguard Battle Royale. But hopefully that means you can use all MW3 weapons and Black Ops 6 weapons. Resurgence, Area 99, Rebirth Island, and launch. A mode familiar to many, but difficult to conquer. You're here to survive, redeploy, drop in on the fray. Everything's the same. Plunder, awesome. Warzone ranked play, same thing. Some badass ranked play skins. Those actually look like they're worth grinding for this year. During Season 1, ranked play will make its triumphant return to Big Map, bringing ranked play to Call of Duty Warzone earlier in seasons than ever before. Prove your prowess by outsmarting, maneuvering, and outclassing your opponents in mid-season. Okay, it'll be come with the Season Reloaded blog. New cinematics, infill, exfil, gulag, winner circle. Awesome. So whenever you load in, it'll be the same thing. Instead of Captain or Commander Graves or whatever doing the knife hand to everyone. Well. With new map comes the new methods to infill areas, operators, as well as extricating you and your squad after a match. Expect a brand new cinematic sequence, including the times you enter the gulag on the big map, as well as more comprehensive winner circle at the end of every match. Oh, cool, a winner circle. The ones where you can like emote after a match, that'd be pretty sweet. Showcasing similar information and emotive prowess for the winning squad on Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Awesome. I cannot wait to win a match of Warzone and get toxic with an emote. Let's be honest. All right, loadout and weapon integrations is a really big one. Loadout overview with dedicated melee. Dedicated melee allows you to have permanent tactical sprint. So we have unlimited tactical sprint. If you hold the melee button, you'll pull out a knife, a baseball bat, or I think they're having like a nail gun, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, or a drill. All new things, new perks as well. The loadout system has received tuning, a UI update, to match a streamlined look from Black Ops 6. You can create 10 custom loadouts, each comprising of a primary, a secondary, a melee, tactical, lethal, 3 perks, and a wildcard. Loadout notes. Primary weapons are divided into all the things we're used to. Melee weapons, all the things we're used to. Firing range. The firing range still sucks. They added like a recoil plot tester, and it's still pretty bad compared to most other games. Global weapon builds. If you change a build in multiplayer, it will change in Warzone. It'll change in zombies. You can set specific builds for each type and label them as such. That kind of makes it easier to transfer over your MW your multiplayer builds over to Warzone. Streamlined gunsmith. There's advanced gunsmith stats in there and everything that we're used to. Weapon separation. Each weapon type is separated into vertical drop-down menus. Finally, a little bit simpler of a UI instead of scrolling horizontally for hours and hours and hours. Primary weapons. 136. You will have MW2, MW3, BO6. You'll have a lot. You'll have a lot, okay? Here it is. There are the 136 total weapons. Right now, we only have 4 melee weapons inside of Black Ops 6, and we'll learn about those other new ones here in a moment. Apparently, we can use the ones from MW2, MW3 as well, which would be exciting if you want to use those as your permanent melee weapons. Gear and tactical. Flashbang, concussion, smoke, gas grenade, snapshot. We're familiar with all those. Shock charge. I imagine, I don't know if that'll be the MW3 shock charge or the Black Ops 6 one, because the Black Ops 6 one you throw and it stays there, and it's like a claymore, and when someone walks by it pops off. Decoy grenade, neurogas, stim shot, and spy camera. Spy camera actually could be really useful. I think it's super underrated. You pop it up, you hold it, and it automatically pings someone. So if you want to run around with that in your hand, you can ping someone, and then you can trace them through a wall and throw a shoulder and basically pre-aim them perfectly. This could be a very, very dangerous thing to have used against you. Stims might come back into the meta. If these are the Black Ops 6 smoke grenades, Black Ops 6 smoke grenades suck. So be prepared for maybe more of a stim meta. I think a spy camera could be great for tagging someone, throwing a perfect shoulder in a pre-aim. Just be aware of all that. All unlocked via the levels that you see here. For the lethals, frag grenade, sticky grenade, we're familiar with that. Thermobaric, kind of sucks. Impact grenade could be dangerous depending on how powerful it is. Molotovs, underwhelming. Drill charge, they're all right. Blast traps, super toxic. They did so much damage. I got so many free kills at Next. I would literally just throw those, and like there was no way to dodge them. Because it's not like they pop up in the air like a prox mine. It just goes like, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boom. And you're like, they do so much damage. I hope they nerfed them. Throwing knife, combat axe, and spring mine is considered a lethal as well. Okay. Gear up, field upgrades. Okay. SAM turret, counter UAV, care package, cluster strike, napalm, and sentry turret. In this iteration of Call of Duty Warzone, expect field upgrades and kill streaks, known as score streaks, to be available in mat. Oh no, they brought back the sentry turret as either a buy station or as part of the ground loop. Okay. SAM turret will be interesting for sure. Sentry turret will be interesting. Napalm strike could be very toxic. Imagine napalming someone's cross. Like, you don't have to hit their building, but let's say they have to cross the street because the gas is pushing them. You could napalm the street, and then they have to cross through Oh, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Cluster strikes, though, are supposed to replace mortars and are supposed to be a lot more consistent as a predictable location, as to right now the mortars feel like they can just heat seek you across the map. Munitions, heartbeat, deployable, portable radar, deployable buy station, decontamination station, PDS, trophy, armor box, reinforcement flare, redeployment, loadout drop, scrambler, that kind of is like a local counter UAV, war cry, that helps your health regeneration and movement speed, balloon extract, that's plunder only, utility box, Oh no, a morphine injector? A morphine injector is when you get down, you can pull out your pistol and shoot someone, and if you kill that person, you can stand back up. That's going to be super toxic in Warzone. I don't think that should exist. We already have self-revive. Available score streaks. UAV, counter UAV, advanced UAV, precision airstrike, bunker buster, supply UAV, care package, cluster strike, sentry turret, SAM turret, foresight, and napalm strike. All right, you get up for it. Now this is a lot of new perks and wild cards coming. This is going to be very important for how the game is played. There's also lootable perks on top of all of this. The way you utilize perk in both your loadout and during matches has been updated to streamline and increase the value of perks, and it all starts with weapons. Loadouts menu, where you simply choose the 3 perks from one of the available slots. Perk 1 blue, perk 2 red, perk 3 yellow. Unlike Black Ops 6, there is no combat specialty. I think that's awesome. We wouldn't want any of that like recon BS happening in this game. In Call of Duty Warzone, most of the pick 3 perks are unlocked as you level up your player and will be relocked if you choose to prestige. That kind of sucks that they'll be locked if you prestige. If you're a Black Ops 6 player, you currently have player level carried over into Call of Duty Warzone, and Warzone perks are automatically unlocked to that level. Consult the level unlocks, barracks progression unlocks. Note that 2 perks from slot 1, Veteran and Reflexes, are rewards during Season 1 for completing events. So you'll be able to unlock some of these via permanent unlock. If there's something you really like and you want to hit the prestige, you can go ahead and unlock it for future seasons. Reflex, Veteran, OE, hopefully it will explain all of these. Yep. Okay, so we got all the perks, 1, 2, and 3. The wild cards as well. Let's go ahead and get into them. So, slot 1. The following 6 perks you can, once they've unlocked. Reflexes. Triggered explosives have a delay when sprinting past them. So this is like flex. Reflexes, flex. Veteran. Reduce the negative effects of some enemy equipment while aiming down sight. Reduce the flinching and extend the holding breath duration. So it's kind of like a focus. Grenadier. Explosive damage slows enemy health regeneration and movement speed. Throw equipment faster and see the trajectile. So that's like strong arm and I'm drawing a blank on it. Shrapnel combined. Dexterity. Reduce weapon movement while jumping, sliding, and diving. Take less fall damage. Reduce weapon movement while jumping, sliding, and diving. That used to be a part of a default perk in MW3. We all had the gloves. I think it was the assault gloves in MW3 that reduced that movement. And now you have to assign it, which I think is a bad change. That's probably going to be the one to run. That's going to be like Mountaineer and assault gloves combined. You pretty much, I imagine, would have to run that. Start equipped with maximum reserve ammo for scavenger. Resupply ammo equipment faster and get plates from dead enemies. I'm guessing more plates from dead enemies. Survivors start regenerating health more quickly. Your allies revive you faster when you down. So that's like a combination of quick fix and the revive perk. So right now, dexterity, 100%. Nothing else makes even close sense. I would say dexterity, and then maybe if you can equip a 4th perk with perk greed, maybe survivor, because I'm a big fan of quick fix. Perk 2. Quartermaster. Recharge equipment over time. That's restock. Bomb squad. Reduce incoming damage. That's EOD. Tracker. See enemy footsteps. That's tracker. Bullets you fire briefly mark an enemy squad for your team. So it's like combat scout. Sprinter. Can tactical sprint indefinitely. Cold-blooded. Undetectable by AI perks. AI targeting and thermal optics. Prevents enemy recon perks. Okay. Quick fix, killing enemies or instantly inserting armor plates immediately starts health regeneration and insert armor plates one-handed. So a quick fix. It sounds like start regenerating health more quickly. So that's just regens health no matter what more quickly. But if my health gets damaged, I'm going to be throwing in a plate, which will instantly regen it. So yeah, I'm going to run dexterity. Quick fix. Gung-ho, reduce movement penalties when reloading or using weapons. Reload while tack sprinting. That used to be a default thing in MW3, so they nerfed us. Resolute, taking damage from gunfire, provides a boost in movement speed. So yeah, that's Resolute again. Ghost, undetectable on radar. Bird's eye, UAVs you call in are 25% larger and show the heading of your enemies. Okay, and you can detect players with Ghost. Cool. Tempered, refall. Tempered is the same, and alertness shows when enemies are nearby. What does that mean? Sense when enemies are nearby. Obviously, there's tell when you're being aimed at by the enemy, but what does that mean when enemies are nearby? That could be very broken. We will see. I'll probably rock Quick Fix and probably Gung Ho so I can reload and sprint. That's probably going to be my picks. Are going to be Dexterity, Quick Fix, and Gung Ho. I don't mind being ghosted, but that doesn't sound bad. Ghost might be my wild card. Wild card, Overkill. You can equip 2 primary weapons. Right now, Overkill is a default perk, but I actually kind of like how we are bringing back the Verdansk era, where you only get a primary weapon, or you have to equip a wild card to sacrifice it. So I'll show you what I think here in a second. I like Overkill coming back. I personally will not select Overkill because most of the time I'm just using my main primary weapon, and then I can just buy the second weapon that I want, not via a loadout, but via the buy station. Bandolier, your loadout provides a munition satchel. We'll get into the munition satchel here in a moment. Gunfighter, this is what I would rock. Equip 3 extra attachments on your primary weapon. So I will equip Gunfighter, so that way I get 8 attachments, which is going to make my weapon more viable for long-range gunfights, which we expect inside of Warzone, or make it more mobile, or have a larger ammo capacity. And then Battle Ready, your loadout provides a UAV and a utility box. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, I'll be honest. But I'm still probably going to go Gunfighter, and then I'll buy my second gun. So I'll have a Gunfighter, like a sniper with 8 attachments, and then I'll buy my UAV with another, or I'll buy my secondary weapon with another 8 attachments via the buy station. Lootable perks and specialists. So on top of the perks that we mentioned, there are also lootable perks on top of that are not the same as the perks that we already talked about. Once you've dropped into a match, there are additional perks that you can find to fully kit out your operator with up to 6 additional advantages. These valuable items are found in caches and other locations, and there are up to 6 to find. 4 of them are perks from the pick 3 slots. Oh, okay, so they actually are redundant. So, but I thought they were not in the briefing that we were given. Usually ones you haven't chosen. Okay, so worse ones. These are always the same 4 perks. 2 of them are lootable only, Irradiated and Shrouded. If you're dispatched during a match, your pick 3 perks stay where you've dropped and can be looted by the enemy. If you're dispatched during a match, any lootable perks vanish and cannot be obtained. I don't know how I feel about that. But then again, that probably gets rid of there'd be so much extra scattered loot on the ground. At the start of Season 1, the 4 pick 3 perks that are lootable will be chosen. These will be the very same for every match, but expect frequent rotations as seasons progress, where 4 new pick 3 perks are updated to replace the pool in addition to Irradiated and Shrouded. Lootable perks. Irradiated, while under the effects of gas, you'll move faster, take reduced gas damage, and you can insert plates. Awesome. Shrouded, drop a smoke grenade when entering a downstate. Whatever, cool. And then they're going to choose the other 4 ones. We'll find that out at launch. Specialist perk package is back. It grants you every perk in the game. If you're dispatched, yes, it stays where you dropped and can be looted by the enemy. I wanted to make sure they didn't revert that. That's awesome. Operators. You will have MW2 operators, MW3 operators, BO6 operators. Awesome. I'm going to go back to my classic MW3 operator with a little icy blue IceManIsaac. Omni movement and body shield. These are coming to Warzone. I have clips of me putting someone in body shields at next. It was a good time. You can sprint forward. You can dive and shoot. Only bad thing, and I'll say this right now, and I know people are going to complain about it the first time you get it. When you jump shoot in this game, it's not like a jump shoot like Verdansk, or a jump shoot like MW 2019, or even a jump shoot like MW3. You jump, and that shit, it just goes. Even I swear to you, if you step off a ledge that's like 8 inches tall instead of step, it is like step. It's bad, man. It's really, really bad. It's really, 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 really bad. And it's not going to be fun in Warzone. Jump shooting outside of close range gunfights is going to cost you. It's ugly. Body shield, omni movement, all that good stuff. Good deals. Emotes and sprays are coming back. Emotes, sprays. We'll have the new UI that we've seen. All the UI is a lot more simplified. You have a dedicated gas mask slot. They brought back the color for individual weapons. And now these are satchels. These are something that are new as well. Satchels are optional, lootable equipment that increase the storage capacity of the dedicated inventory slots within a Call of Duty Warzone match. These provide operators with duplicates of the same items to increase your storage capabilities, thus increasing your effectiveness. Satchels can't be and don't need to be dropped, and one or both individual satchels can be found or equipped once per match. If an operator carrying one or more satchels is killed, all their satchels on the ground can be looted. Interesting. So you can carry both at the same time? These provide operators with duplicates of the same items to increase your storage capabilities, thus increasing your effect. Satchels can't be dropped, and one or both individual satchels can be found and equipped once per match. Or both, okay. It substantially increases your armor plate carrying capacity with an armor satchel. So that's like an armor, just like a plate vest that you would find back in Verdansk, bringing it from 5 to 8. I don't know what the capacity is. And munitions increases the amount of ammo capacity. Okay, so they're not like that powerful. Yeah, okay. Progression, prestige, and camo challenges. Level unlocks, classic prestige, prestige master. We've talked about all these with multiplayer. If you're not familiar with it, there's plenty of videos out there explaining it on multiplayer. Reticle challenges are all going to be the same. Weapon camos, special camos, this is all the same progression, but there will be specific Gold Tiger, King's Ransom, Catalyst, and the Abyss specific challenges for Warzone to unlock those. We're going to rip through this because there's more stuff down below. Even though we're talking about Warzone Mobile, there are things here for all talking about like the new guns and stuff as well. So we'll just rip through Call of Duty Mobile. If you want to check that out, that's all available. General content for all modes as well. Okay. New battle or new weapon, the Krig. The Krig C is back. If you guys remember the Krig all the way back from peak Warzone era of like Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 4 integration. Man, that was such a long time ago. Fully auto assault rifle, high damage, average handling. Average handling? That Krig was a laser. Come on. Hard-hitting assault rifle that performs well across multiple ranges. Moderate damage to the whole body. 4-shot elim. That's talking about a multiplayer. They are bringing back the SOG, which is another Black Ops 4 kind of vibe. So the SOG will be coming back. The Maelstrom. I'm sorry, I mentioned Black Ops Cold War, not Black Ops 4 with Verdansk. Black Ops Cold War. The SOG is from Black Ops 4. The Maelstrom, which is a shotgun, belt-fed, kind of like the Street Sweeper. Primary weapon, the AMR Mod 4, a heavy sniper rifle, probably going to be a one-shot kill. Looks like a Barrett 50 sort of design. One-shot potential to the upper body, multiplayer. Major damage, probably going to be a one-shot sniper for Warzone. Secondary weapons, so looks like a fully auto pistol. Fully automatic specialty weapon, offers SMG characteristics as a secondary, a slow rate of fire though. 32 rounds, option up to 40 rounds, interesting. And melee weapons, they have a power drill. Keep in mind, this is something that you could use as a dedicated melee weapon inside of Warzone. And the Cleaver, that's kind of sick. Featuring a combo of sweeping attacks and head-on strikes, the Cleaver is a perfect melee weapon for clearing out multiple targets. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Use special weapon attachments. They're going to bring 12-gauge Dragon's Breath, the buffer weight stock, burst fire conversion for the XM4, and burst fire conversion for the compact. We'll look at the buffer weight because that's the only one that's non-self-explanatory. Significantly smoother action throughout, additional resistance met by a bolt carrier group, improvements of recoil and sustained fire. That is for the XM4, XMG, DM10, and more. Everything else, cool. Challenges Armory. This is all pretty standard. All right, Season 1 events. The hit list. Ooh. Who's next? Keep up your luxurious but slightly corrupt lifestyle during the hit list event. You're offered to take up a no prisoners mission, kill or be killed. The hit list limited event gives players a board of contracts with one goal. Take them all out. Cross off the entire list and earn some exclusive loot for hire. There's a Season 1 prestige. People are already grinding to level 1000. Brand new battle pass system. Operator of Sev. If there's anything else here, battle pass is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to work through and unlock everything. Looks like we're not moving through a map, but it's a lot more of a simplified level by level by level. I think that's awesome. Each page has multiple unlocks, and then once you unlock a page, you can move to the next page, it looks like. You get the battle pass tokens. Looks like this is same thing from different games, just different UI. We'll figure out the black cell whenever we get in there. Not much point in going through all that. Whole bunch of different stuff that you can earn. Of course, they're going to have the black cell, the upgrades. It's going to give you hot COD points. It's going to give you tier skips. Inside of the black cell, it's going to give you things like double weapon XP, double XP, double battle pass XP as well. So just expect that you're going to get a lot of that kind of pay to progress stuff as well. Of course, they want you to buy the Vault Edition as well. it's kind of crazy that when you prestige in Warzone, you lose that stuff. So it's going to be a little bit risky to prestige, but you'll probably just, let's be honest, we'll have a meta where they're like, is maybe 2 guns that are the ultimate meta, and you can permanently unlock those, and then it'll basically be inconsequential to prestige. Or you could probably just have your buddy drop you a weapon. If you just prestige and you can't unlock it, you don't need to prestige. If you're a completionist, you can go ahead. There's plenty of ways that you can just kill someone and pick up their weapon, or you can have your buddy buy you a weapon. It's probably not gonna be that big of a hurdle if you are prestiging. New operators, Goliath, Sev, the Replacer. Dude, the Replacer in all black with the fire glasses are pretty sick. They got the CDL bundles. Tracer packs. More tracer packs. And to be clear, I've bought like 3 microtransactions in the last year because I was so disappointed with things. So if you're not happy with the game, you're not happy with the anti-cheat, whatever, don't buy it, don't support it, I don't care. Use all the game's resources and play it for free. I'm personally pretty happy with the way things are going, minus the anti-cheat major headache that they had the last couple of months. But dude, Black Ops 6 launch has been great. There is loads of content. This game has been 4 years in development, and it didn't look like we got a lot of stuff off launch, but holy, did we get a lot of stuff for this one update. I mean, hopefully this is a good sign of things to come in all future season updates, because generally they've been pretty underwhelming, but hopefully they have some amazing things in store. So comment down below, let me know, did I miss anything? Is there anything that you're personally excited about? Do me a favor, drop a like on this video, and make sure you turn notifications on, because there are going to be so many things, so many tips, tricks, best ways to get XP, all the little tips and tricks that you need to know about for all things Warzone and Black Ops 6. Make sure you find out about them first. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring. Shout out to all the members on this YouTube channel who go above and beyond to support my content, to allow me to do this for a living. You guys make this all possible. I freaking love you. Thank you for going the extra steps to support me, my family, and this channel. Make sure to catch me live over on Twitch. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.